Hello everyone, I am Shelby and welcome to my channel Shimmer, and today we're doing the Dreamboat Sketchbook Ideas Part 2 Level Medium Mixed Media. So I have been really into skies lately and clouds, so I seen a similar image where someone had, it looked like a dream actually, where a boat was on clouds and it was just going through. I decided to make this rough sketch of a boat, going through the clouds of a night sky with, twinkling clouds. And I wanted to make it look like a dream that you would come up with. Super fluffy clouds, a boat rocking as it went through. And it gave me like Care Bear Care-a-Lot vibes. And I love it because I've been watching a lot of Care Bears lately. The old, original Care Bears. I love those. Grew up with them. And here I am just going and outlining some of these clouds. I outlined the boat. I'm going to do this with every single cloud. And these are my main ones I'm going to be working on right now. So I'm just trying to be, precise with it. But, it's a cloud. And some of my sketching, I didn't really follow it all the way. I don't follow the lines exactly, and I'm just going to make it neater as I go. I really liked how these clouds turned out, and this was just for fun. So you see all my clouds are outlined. I'm just going to go into the boat and add details. I added little windows and added the different boards, and this was just like more simpler and just more fun because I got to experiment, and that was like a major thing. I've been trying to experiment in the sketchbook. I am trying to use my art supplies. I'm not trying to be precious, as I said in my previous videos, and this was just overall a blast for me to just be able to slap some color, some line work, and I got to use my gel pens. So I didn't know that the first swipe is where your main color is going to go. So it took me a bit to get this covered in like a blue, to make it cool feeling, but not all that way because I'm going to layer as I go. And I wanted it to be like, the tone is going to be blue, like dreamlike clouds, fluffy clouds, really nice. And that's what I was aiming for. So I'm going to cover this entire page with blue. Just over everything, I'm going to saturate it in blue. Now this sketchbook is not made for watercolors, and that's okay. It's just experiment in it. And my paper tore a bit, but that's alright. This is a sketchbook. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything. And I'm just going to layer it all. So I'm going to go up and down, side to side, whatever works to apply that color on it. And I am going to go over it with different kinds of blues anyway and other colors. So, not all this color is going to show again. Some of it will, some of it won't. It, just depends on how I want to go about doing it. I didn't really have like a set way of how I wanted to make the clouds look or where I was going with this. At first I was like, I'm just going to make it simple. Whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to have fun with it. And that turned into a couple hours work of just me putting color down. And it does go through an ugly phase. And then I literally was like, okay, this isn't working. Am I going to have to like quit this and try something else? Well, I pushed through this and I am just simply blotting some blue down. This is honestly the ugly phase right here. that happened to me. So I was adding my markers down and I'm just feathering them out because I thought they were too harsh. And can you see, like, this is a part where I was like, okay, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but that's okay. I'm going to try and work with it. My first thought is, should I stop right here? Should I stop? Is this going to get any better? And I was, at that moment, I was also like, okay, if it doesn't, I learned something new from it. Like, let me just give it a try. Let me keep going over it. Even if the paper tears, it doesn't matter. Even if it doesn't turn out, how I wanted big fluffy clouds to be, that is fine. At least then I can say I tried and I learned from this. So I am just trying to fix this at this point. Everything goes through an ugly phase, but this overall was just like, where was that? So I decided to go in with my marker and add some more cloud layers to it. And it doesn't look like much right now, but gets better as it goes. And at this point, I was like, let me just try different things. Let me try different colors. Let me try something. And if anything, you guys can learn that not everything is going to turn out perfect. Nothing, you learn from it. At least then, you can come out with some kind of lesson from it. But you have to try. And I used to be really bad if, like, I didn't like how it came out. Like, the first, couple minutes or whatever, I would stop drawing it, And that's okay, too. But try to challenge yourself also with trying to finish it, even if it isn't what you wanted. So here I'm kind of questioning it, if I should keep going in, if I should add more, add less. And I'm just going in bold with a lot of colors and more shades. Like, I actually put some turquoise green in here and dark purples. I'm just going to keep building it up till I get to a point where I decently like it. And it was a lot of fun just to throw it in there. The paper did get crumbly and everything, but that's okay. I should have let it dry a bit more, but I didn't, which is on me. And because, I was originally going to use colored pencils on it and some more watercolors, but then I was like, that's not going to work because the paper is already layered and crumbly. So I am going in with even more dark clouds, going in with more colors. I'm just going to keep building these up until I get to where I want to be at. And I am going to add more clouds behind the boat. And I am going to add a lot more depth to this later. And I thought it looked weird that my clouds were not outlined, all of them. So I go in and I redo that to every single cloud that wasn't outlined so I could build it up and try to make it look a little bit better. Here I am adding more clouds up top, just trying to fill it in, trying to get more depth into it. As you can see, it feels like there's more depth, at least to me, because it feels like you can put your hand in there a bit with the different layers. And I heard, I can't remember which YouTuber it is, but I use this now. Put at least 3 colors down in an area, the same area, and it'll give you more depth and detail, and it does. So I try to apply more colors to an area now instead of just one solid. And then I'll give some kind of extra depth to it, more detail. And I'm just gonna go into the boat here and add some details to the sail. I want the boat to be more simple because it's supposed to stick out more simplistic than, you know, the more detailed clouds. I don't know if anyone else does it, but sometimes, like my dreams, a specific item doesn't look like the rest. I don't know if I'm just weird or what, but that's kind of what I'm going off of right here. And I am outlining the windows here, and just, I was debating on stippling some of the clouds or adding lines to them, which I went against. I decided not to do that and just go with the regular outlines of all the clouds. So I did that, and I'm going to go in and add little stars and pieces after I find specific places where I want to put more clouds. And I at first was like, okay, the stars have to go here, 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 here to spread it out. And then like not even a quarter of the way through, I was like, okay, this looks stagnant. I'm just going to randomly do it without thinking the placement and just go with it. And that is what I honestly did. I just threw in stuff where I thought would look good. Now with the stars, I actually have been a bit obsessed with adding star details and gel pins to everything that has like some bedazzle to it, you know, because I like glitter. I like bright neon colors. I like random patterns. Just anything shiny I like. And, you know, the most random things. Like, I actually have a pair of leggings with unicorn and donuts on it, and I have one where it's teddy bears, like bears with bows all over it. Like, I like those kind of things, and just glitter. Like, I have glitter on everything by the end of the day with makeup. And so I was like, let me just add this. Because I started using it a lot. I went through this with some of my other sketchbooks previously, where I would go through this star phase, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to venture away from that, you know, because that's like a little bit of a comfort zone I have. That's at least something I know I can do. And I was trying to get this page to where I like it. And that's something I like. So at this point, I'm like, it's missing something. So I decided to go in and add it to the clouds. Because I like the sky how it is, yes, but I felt like something was just like missing. So I decided to go in and add little stars and everything on the clouds, because later I'm going to use my gel pen on them. And at first I didn't know, but the more I looked at it, I felt like it was flat, and I just wanted something to pop on the page. You know, like if you moved it in the light, you could see it. here I am going in with my gel pens. This one is silver, and I have a gold one I'm going to use too, and I'm going to go in and go through specific stars that I want to do, specific color wise. I debated on using my glitter acrylic paint, but I went against that because I was just going to go ahead and do these because they kind of get lost with the glitter. And I don't know if you can see them. You can see them a little bit where like the light is shining on them, but they look way better when you move it in the light. And it just looks, better in my opinion once I get all of it down. It gives it that pop that I was looking for. So I decided to experiment and do the outline on just bits and parts of the clouds. Now I did this in some of my previous ones where like I did the whole outline on the clouds, and I was like, okay, I know gold looks good around bright colors. Well, I'm going to use silver because it's more toned down, but then I decided not just to do the silver. I added gold to certain parts, and I love how that turned out. Like when you turn it in the light, you see bits of like the clouds, and I was like, this is where the magic is in the clouds, So I really do love this page. Bless you, Gwen. My cat sneezed. And it's just so, in my opinion, I think it's cute. It could be like a little fairy tale where these kids are on a journey to a different land to go find treasure or the magic of this world. Or it reminds me of One Piece, the anime, where they go up into the clouds. And no one believed them at first, no one believed them until they met more pirates about it. Here is how it looks in the light, and I think it is gorgeous. I love the color popping. Some of the cloud pieces I don't like, but that doesn't mean I don't like how it turned out. The boat's cute. Look at the, and I decided to add just a little bit more details with my gold to the clouds, but I even added some details to the ship, and I overall just love it. But I was checking to see if I liked it or not, or if it needed more, and I decided it needed more. You could never go wrong with more, sparkles. You can never go wrong with more glitter, more metallic. And I was like, yes, this is it. here is how it looks, and I absolutely love that. I know there's some pieces on it that I don't like, but overall, I love this page. And I'm just going to show you my other sky drawings that I have done, and I have metallic with them. I love them. The bubblegum clouds are actually from someone else's drawing, similar to theirs, and the space themed one. But overall, I really like it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!